This is a 1986 Ford car price book, price guide, whatever you'd like to call it. But when you're looking for these, price book is what you want to search for, because anything that is a book online, because you can only get these off eBay now, anything listed, any book that's listed usually has book in the title, so looking under that will help you find these quicker. But you can see this one was printed in October 3rd, 1985. So it is indeed a 1986 model, not a 1985. If you want a 1985 model, you want to be looking for one of these. That was printed in very early 85 or very late 1984. But there are some big differences between these, so I won't take any time to compare these. We'll just take our 85, set that off to the side for now. Now, from 82 on up, all these have this interesting outer cover. The outside of the cover is indeed a cover. It's a type of thicker parchment, and it is textured like a leather book. Now, the 81 and older have an actual cover on them. This one has the late 70s, early 80s Ford sign on it. And no info on the back. It's just a decorative color. From 82 on up, there are these guys. They look like the cover is missing, but this is the cover. You're not missing anything on these guys unless you open up and see a ripped page. But yeah, most of your pricing is on the outside here. On this one, there's transportation and handling charges printed on the front, and then some car base models on the front. So base model pricing, and then on the back we have model pricing for the remainder of the cars. Except I should explain how the EXP fits in here is kind of interesting. In 1986, they started calling the EXPs Escort EXPs. It makes it kind of hairy. We open up the book and I can kind of show you what's going on here. So at the beginning here, it lists some interesting info for you. You can get some basic measurements, some fuel mileage rating, curb weight, fuel tank capacities, things like that. And on the right here, you always see this. There's a number of tabs for some of the cars. Taurus LTD, Thunderbird, Mustang, Tempo, and Escort. Usually the Escorts are in the rear. On this one, it's up front. So we'll start there. Go to the Escort here. And oddly, this one doesn't really cover the EXP. This is very, very weird in that way. There are plenty of pages of it. And then halfway through, there is a comparison between all the engines. That's right. For 86, you had a choice of 1, 2, 3, 4 engines that year. You have a carbureted 1.9, you could have the 190 high output, and you have the 2-liter diesel. Yeah. Well, we'll start back over at the start of the Escort, because normally when I do these videos, I try to focus just on the EXP stuff. And then at some point down the line, I will go back through and do the Escort ones, and then maybe the rest of the models. But they all kind of look like this. And these later books, when you pop them open, the first page will be a 6-position cell thing. If you're a salesman, you're probably familiar with this. It just goes over some nifty features of the car worth mentioning when you're trying to sell to a potential customer. Then over here, it starts with a rapid spec package thing. On the other books, they're laid out a little bit better. This one, it starts with accessory costs. Check out $226 for power steering in 1986. But then we go into the group options. And then you can see some stuff that is available on certain car trims, and then certain discounts and pricings for them. And you're welcome to pause at any time to give a better look at these. I'm just trying to hold the camera steady so you can get a decent viewing at each of these. And after all the options and pricings and everything, you get to see the engine comparison and fuel economy readings all compared, which is pretty neat. Power figures are awesome. Then we keep going. Now it starts listing all the basic features of each of the car models. And then it starts comparing some of the other packages versus the base models. So you can see where your money is being put into great value and where it's being wasted. And then this one just happens to have a blank page for notes, reserved for possible updates. So it says this, and I presume that's for the EXP. You can see this was made in late 85. They might have not had an EXP ready yet. Hard to say. I'm not too sure. I'm waiting to get 86, 88, 89, and 90 book. And an 83 book. And then I'll have them all. Otherwise, I have 81, 2, 4, 5, 6. So I got most of them. I got all the ones I care about, besides 83. That covers all the EXPs I deal with on a regular basis, but pretty neat.